Good morning, good people. Welcome back to Collector's Quest, and thank you so much for joining me on another gaming adventure. Not the typical start to a video, as you can see, in my car, but throwing a party for the mother-in-law tonight. So house is in absolute chaos, you know what it's like. Mrs. is cleaning house from top to bottom, so figured get out of the way and just do the intro in the car. This is actually the second time I filmed this intro. So original plan was to head to Hogs Lane Carboot as normal for games, DVDs, Blu-rays, box sets, electronics, all that good stuff that we could hopefully flip into CEX with those sweet vouchers. I did indeed go to Hogs Lane Carboot and it was absolutely diabolical. I found a grand total of one thing. That game flips in for a £4 voucher, so wasn't even worth putting the footage on this video. On the way back, I then went to a second car boot, Wassell Grove. Haven't been there this entire car boot season as it's fairly small, only about 2 lanes, but I figured got nothing to lose, so I went there and there was a lovely lady selling a ton of Blu-rays. So you'll be seeing the footage now, but as you can see, just boxes and boxes and boxes of Blu-rays, box sets, and she wanted £2 for 3 Blu-rays, and I think in total I grabbed about 30. I'll show you guys in a sec, but that should hopefully go in for a decent voucher. And obviously we've got the stuff from last week's videos, so yeah, plenty to do at CEX for those sweet vouchers. So as you can see, just tons and tons of Blu-rays. Like I said, lovely lady selling these, and probably too many to go through, but some half decent ones in there. So yep, a great deal there. But let's get out the car because I'm sweating already. It's been like 2 minutes and it's absolutely roasting. So British talking about the weather. Too hot, it's definitely too hot, but let's do this. So I'm back from Starbridge CEX and it went very well. As you can see, got, come on, focus. Got £185, 70p on a sweet voucher, so that is happy days. And I decided not to do much filming just because you've seen Starbridge CEX so many times, so nothing worth filming on this occasion. And to be fair, stock has slowed down in that store. I think the reason is because, if I haven't mentioned before, but Starbridge CEX is closing down in the next few months, which is obviously a shame for me on a personal note, but I think the end date is October, so we have got a few more months left. But yeah, obviously thoughts go out to everyone at the store being impacted because they've been told by CEX that they're being made redundant. No jobs. If they want a job at CEX, they have to reapply like everyone else, which is crazy to reapply for the same job you're already doing now, which, yeah, mental. But I think the reason it is closing down is because it's a corporate store and it doesn't make enough money, and you know, like any business, the bottom line and the dollars coming in is the only thing that the people up in the business care about. So yeah, obviously sucks for the people working there, but plan now is I need to get ready for the party and get my dancing clothes on. But you're gonna see me bright and early at Coles Carboot. Hopefully we'll be out there getting games, DVDs, Blu-rays, electronics, all that good stuff that we can flip into CEX, and I can take you along on the GoPro because yeah, Hogs Lane was a massive letdown. So I'll catch you guys bright and early on the GoPro at Coles Carboot. First pickup at Coles Carboot was a massive stack of PlayStation 3 games, paid £20 in total, and they're going to get me a £67 voucher. Highlights were definitely Family Guy, Back to the Multiverse, that's a £16 voucher, and The Simpsons game, that's a £14 voucher. There's a very good game in here that I can flip on eBay for about £15 to £20, so all in all, a great way to kick off Coles Carboot. What's the best you've done though? It's what they like, put quite a few by. Do 20?
Yeah, go on then, mate.
Next pickup was a Amazon Echo Dot 2nd Gen, paid £2 and that's an £8 voucher, so a decent electronic to look out for. Morning, how much you got on that please?
£2.
Yeah, I'll take that, thank you. Do you know if it works?
I believe it does. haven't plugged it in for
Okay,
ages.
back to games. I picked up a copy of Sniper Ghost Warriors Contract, paid £1, and that's a £6 voucher, so a decent gaming pickup here.
£1.
You got any other games or just this one?
No, just what's on top there.
Yeah, I'll take that one, please. I then picked up this Pokemon Sword Steelbook for the Nintendo Switch, paid £1, and on eBay it goes for about £4 to £5, so a good one to add to the Steelbook collection. How much have you got on that, please? A tin?
On the tin?
Yeah, on the tin, yeah.
£1.
And how much have you got on that, please? You got any other gaming stuff or just that, mate?
I think there's just that.
Just that.
I'm not sure what he's put in, but I don't think there is anything else.
Back to another massive stack of games. Picked up a bunch of Xbox 360 games for £20, and they're going to get me about £60 on a voucher, so bang on the money in terms of tripling my money. Highlights were Farming Simulator 15, good old Minecraft, that's an £8 voucher, and Lord of the Rings Conquest, that's a £6 voucher, so another good stack of games here. Would you do 10 for those, mate, just because the FIFA one I put back?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, is that right? Then we get to the money shot. I picked up 5 great games, £1 each, but as you can see in the footage, someone beat me to the party and someone picked up a copy of Dino Crisis for the PlayStation 1 for just £1. That would have been a fantastic pickup, but every cloud did manage to pick up a copy of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's a £15 voucher and a £38 game at CEX. Sims 2 on the DS, that's a £10 voucher. Nintendogs, that's a £6 voucher. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, that's a £3 voucher, and some weird PlayStation 4 game. Paid £5 in total, and there's about £35 worth of vouchers here, so a great set of pickups.
20.
I got 5 there.
20.
I got 5 there, mate.
Yeah, 5 before.
To be honest, I'm not a gaming specialist, but I saw that.
Yeah,
and
that's
I know
my full
Dino.
money.
I know
I
Dino.
saw it, I was like,
Crisis
oh man, I want that for my collection. And fair play.
No worries. You win some.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it, mate? That is what carboot hunting is all about. Got a bag full of games, probably got about 35, 40 games. Easily our best haul when it comes to carboot hunting for a long time, yeah. Got some great things to flip into CEX for those sweet vouchers. Great things to add to the collection, and a couple of things to sell on eBay. But yeah, absolutely buzzing, man, and lovely day for it, so happy days. Gonna get back home, have a green tea, have a bite to eat, and we'll go over what I found at Carl's Car Boot. So back from Carl's Car Boot, and that was an amazing hunt for video games, yeah. Easily our best haul when it comes to car boots this season, yeah. Got about 30-40 games, so let's get into it. First thing I picked up, this is the only non-game that I picked up. Got a Amazon Echo Dot, paid £2 for that, and that's a £8 voucher, so not too bad. But then we get to the video games, and I'm going to go in chronological order. So first stack of games was this stack of PlayStation 3 games. Paid £20 for this, and you might be scratching your head thinking, why did you pick up a copy of FIFA 16? It's got no value. So for anyone that doesn't know, or anyone that didn't watch Retro Ghetto's channel when he went on the PlayStation 3 Essentials journey, any FIFA game that you ever come across which is Essentials, grab it, because these never got released in the UK, I don't believe, and I think these only got released in certain countries. And typically what you see is a player from a different league in a different country, and that means that's where it was released. So this one is Saudi Arabia, I believe, just looking at the writing, but it's still PAL, so this is fairly uncommon. Looking on eBay, I can't see any for sale. I think there's one for sale which is sealed for £60, but this being a very uncommon PlayStation 3 Essential, will pretty much pay for this entire stack, so that was a very good one to find. Then this entire stack here is going to get me a £65 voucher. The two standouts being, where are they? These are the two standouts, The Simpsons game and Family Guy. This is always worth picking up on any console. I think there's about £15 value in that. And this on PS3 or Xbox is, again, another good one to find. So £20, not a bad price to pay for all those, you know. £65 voucher and FIFA 16 will hopefully cover the cost. So yeah, a great way to kick off the car boot. Then I picked up this Pokemon sword steelbook, no game unfortunately, but paid £1 and I've got the shield one, so for £1, happy to finish off that set for Pokemon. Then picked up this for £1. I think that's a £6 voucher, so again, another good one. Then we get to this stack of Xbox 360 games. Paid £20, and basically what happened, I went through the stack and I saw the games I wanted to pick up that had value, and I said, would you do £10? They went, yeah, but I had no change and they weren't willing to give me any of their change, so I said, look, I'll buy them all off you for £20, and luckily they do all trade in for £63, £64, so I'm still tripling my money, so not too bad. But there are a couple of stinkers in here, like penny games, 10p games, but a couple of the standouts are that one there, gutted, again, empty case, so that'll go on eBay probably. But the ones that were good were Minecraft, always a staple, pick it up. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, again, always pick it up. This one here, got some value, Moto GP15, I think that's a £8 voucher. And then the best game out of this bunch is Farming Simulator. If you find this on any console, pick it up because it is fairly uncommon. So yeah, again, £20 for all those, and hopefully that FIFA 17 or FIFA 18 case will cover the cost of most of that. So again, another good bundle for £20. Then we get to probably the best pickups for me. So picked up this bundle for £5, and yeah, it was definitely a mixture of emotions. So I got there late, there was 2 people there who were clearly resellers, and the one guy had Dino Crisis for the PlayStation 1. All these games were £1 each, bear that in mind, and I was like, oh no, that's a game I want to add to my collection. I've got Dino Crisis 2, looking for the first one, and for £1, absolute bargain, and I was like, oh, here we go again, late to the party. But just goes to show that resellers don't know everything when it comes to the gaming market. And I saw one game in here, I'm sure you can tell which one it is, and I was like, yeah, bargain for £1, I'm picking that up straight away. So this one here, it's got like £10 value on a voucher. So again, resellers don't know everything. Nintendogs, always pick it up, that's like a £5, £6 voucher. That's like a £4 voucher. £3 voucher, and the game that I'm buzzing to be adding to the collection, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is like a £38, £40 game at CEX, and it is complete with a manual in very nice condition, and for £1, that is a great addition to the collection. And I saw it in the box and I was like, yeah, grab that quick. And to be fair, I spoke to one of the guys, you might have seen it on the footage, and he was like, yeah, didn't even know it had value. Obviously resellers go for retro, your Red Dead Redemptions, your Call of Duties, your peripherals, but they don't know about these more niche games, and I'm intrigued to play this probably near Christmas or Halloween. It's from Capcom, so it's got to be half decent. And I think doing research, this is built using the Devil May Cry engine. It's like a hack and slash, so obviously a classic film. Came out in, was it 93, 94? So for £1, yeah, definitely one of my best pickups for a long time. So absolutely buzzing with that. So I think in total spent about £45, £50 and got probably £140 worth of vouchers. Got that to add to the collection, the Pokemon Steelbook, so definitely a morning well spent game hunting, that's for sure. So sat down and we got a parcel, so let's get into it. Will be no surprise to anyone why I picked this up. It's for one of my favourite series of all time, and I mention it on pretty much every single video. And got Trouser Cold Steel, the Relentless edition, and this was a eBay purchase. So I've got to do a massive shout out to someone on one of the videos who commented that this was available on eBay. Cost me £50. I had £35 in my eBay wallet, had about £15 on a gift card, so it pretty much cost me nothing. So apologies mate, I can't find your comment in the video. The last few weeks have been hectic on the channel, so let me know in the comments down below on this video if you were the one that put me onto this, but a massive shout out to you, mate, because I've been hunting for this for ages. You do see it every now and then on eBay, it goes for about £100 maybe, but there's some ridiculous prices. There's some going for £200 at the minute, so £50 for this is an absolute bargain. And I should have picked this up a long time ago. I had the chance to pick this up when I got my cold steel one. I saw this and cold steel one for £70 in a bundle, and I didn't pick it up because I wasn't that into trowels then. But everything looks like it's in nice condition. Got the steel book, got the soundtrack, got some cards, and no game, which is fine because I've already got the game. And cardboard box is in decent condition, a bit of creasing if you can see there, but I'm happy with that for £50. So got to find some space on the trowel shelf for that. But like I said, a massive shout out to the person that put me on that. Saw the comment, it was about 4 hours ago when I saw it last week. I was like, oh, that's definitely gone for £50 odd, but it hadn't, thankfully. So a big shout out to you, mate, and just a big shout out to everyone over the last few weeks. I mean, the channel's blown up massively. I think in the last week we've gained something like 300 subscribers, which is mental, right? A lot of that is from the 10 years of game collecting advice video, which I'm so happy that video did so well. I put my heart, my soul into that video, and I had such a blast filming it. It just came from the heart, right? It was so easy to put together because everything I was speaking about was just coming from the heart, man. And I just figured, you know, I'm going to put it out there. Hopefully it does well. Hopefully it finds an audience. If it does, great. If it doesn't, then, oh well, I made a video I'm proud of, and it blew up. Got about 15,000 views, which for a channel of my size is crazy. So thank you to everyone who's been around since the first carboot hunting video, people that have joined over the last few months, and people that have joined from that 10 year of game collecting advice video. It's massively appreciated, so thank you, and like I said, thank you to the person that put me on to that Trouser Cold Steel 2 Relentless Edition. Yeah, over the moon with that. What I'm going to do now, I want to do something in the games room that I've wanted to do for a couple of weeks now, and since I filmed the how much is my entire game collection at CEX video, I realised I got some great games in the collection. So what I want to do, I want to create a backlog shelf. Basically a shelf somewhere in the room, probably down here so it's off camera because it might look a bit weird, but I want to have a shelf of about 10 games in my backlog that I want to get to next, just so I don't lose track of them, and just so whenever I'm making a bigger purchase, I think back to that shelf and go, do you need to add that to your collection now? You've got 10 fantastic games waiting for you. So I'll go for the process, I'll go through the shelves and we'll put it on to the shelf down there. So let's get to it. But first things first, let's get the Trails of Cold Steel 2 steelbook put away. This is a bit awkward on the sofa with one hand. Just pop them there. Shuffle that across. Nice. And then let's see if we've got room up there for it to be front facing with the Trouser Cold Steel one. Yeah, I love that shelf so much. It makes me so happy seeing it every time. So what I've done, I've put Trouser Cold Steel here with the Trouser Cold Steel PS Vita games. And then I moved the Trails from Zero PS Vita Special Edition there. And taking a step back, I think it looks pretty cool, to be fair. I'm not too sure about the different box heights, it looks a bit weird, but I couldn't fit it up there where the original Trouser Cold Steel Decisive Edition was. I had to put it in there, but I think for now, looks cool. I can always change it around. I love that entire like top row there. Just love the colours. Yeah, pops real nice. So, all right, let's go and clear probably this shelf down here for the backlog shelf. So aesthetically, looks pretty terrible, to be fair. Hence why I put it so low so you can't see it. But what I've done, I've got games in ascending order. So Silent Hill is the game I want to get to next, and so on. Yeah, I don't know, I might put them back, to be fair, because I've got gaps everywhere now, but let me know in the comments down below how you guys track your backlog. Is it something similar? Is it a physical list? Do you just play what you want to play? I've just got so many games and I want to, you know, start playing them, and I keep, you know, adding games to the collection, and I keep forgetting about games that I've had for years. Like, I've had some of these for 2, 3, 4 years, so I really need to get to them, man. But yeah, we'll leave it for now. We can always move them back if we can, but yeah, I need to close some of these gaps because they look pretty weird. Cool. Okay, next on the agenda, we need to test that PlayStation 3 that we picked up a few weeks ago from the carboot. So for anyone that didn't see that carboot hunting video, I paid £40 for this PlayStation 3 500 gig Super Slim, 3 Guitar Hero guitars and a couple of games. So let's have a look in the box. So we've got the controller, which is in okay condition, a bit dusty, but looks pretty clean. Got the serial number. Comes with these cables. I'm pretty sure that's a PlayStation 2 AV cable. Got the power lead. Obviously got the console, which again, pretty dusty, but looks to be in decent condition. Again, I haven't tested any of this. I got it out when I got back home a couple of weeks ago, just to make sure it wasn't just a box of stones, but no idea this works. Also comes with the leaflets and booklets, so let's go and swap it over with my current Super Slim, hook it up to the TV and play a game just to make sure it all works. So let's unplug my PlayStation 3 Slim. This one is 320 gig. Again, from the carboot, cost me £6 last year. Let's pop in that. I might have to put you guys down. Doing this one-handed is very awkward. Oh, damn it, HDMI cable's gone. 2 secs. Cool, so as you can see, got the red light on. Press it. And let's see what happens once the TV boots up. It's booting up. Looks a bit weird though. Maybe it's not on HDMI. Just go into Millsy, shout out to Millsy. Okay, back in now. It keeps defaulting to 576p. It's not going to 1080. Oh. Okay, I think I figured it out. It just keeps rebooting and keeps going back to 576p, which is a weird resolution. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, I'm selecting 1080p, goes blank, and then comes back to this screen, 576p. Right, I don't know, I'm gonna have to do some research, but I think the HDMI port might be scuffed on this, guys. Just thinking about it, I wonder, is that the reason why I had a PlayStation 2 AV SCART cable in there and not the HDMI cable? It just seems weird to play a PlayStation 3 with a AV SCART from the PlayStation 2. I mean, you can do it, but obviously you don't get HD 1080p resolution, so like, this is what's happening. So I'm going here, going automatic, so it should default to 1080p, HDMI cable. Goes back to TV home screen, takes about 20-30 seconds, takes you back to that screen in 576p. That might be £40 down the drain. Who knows? I'll do some more research and I'll have a look, but it's not looking good at the minute, guys. Too good to be true. So the last 10-15 minutes I've been researching on YouTube, Reddit, just trying to see what could be the issue, and it seems like it might be a faulty HDMI port. I'm just going to try my original PlayStation 3 just to make sure the cable is fine. Just turn it on. But yeah, maybe it was too good to be true. So what should happen, it should boot up into the PlayStation 3 menu in 1080p. As you can see there, 1080p, 60 Hz. Oh man, last 20-30 minutes I've been sat here messing around with different HDMI cables, nothing. Giving it a good clean. You're not gonna be able to see that, but pins look fine, clean, nothing. So I'm assuming if it came with this down here, PlayStation 2 AV lead, then whoever had this knew that the HDMI port was scuffed and has been playing it with that. So yeah, wounded, man. Oh man, you saw on that video a couple of weeks ago, like the Euphoria picking up a box PlayStation 3, for £40 it was, you know, amazing, but it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, yeah, that's why you don't pay too much for electronics at the car boot, because they can be faulty. I mean, I did ask the person, does it work? Yeah, it works fine, no issues. So yeah, it is what it is. Maybe next week we'll try and sell it for parts or something. I mean, it has got a controller, which that might be fine, you know, it feels okay, you know, might get 10 back for that maybe. Does work, just turn my PlayStation 3 back on. Maybe spares and repairs, tenner maybe with the box. I mean, there's no point keeping the box without the PlayStation. I ain't even got room for the box, so let's mute that. But yeah, that's a shame, isn't it? But it happens with car boot hunting. But on to other pastures. In a couple of hours, I'm going to be going out to a Facebook Marketplace pickup, first on the channel, I think. So yeah, I'll take you along. Obviously, won't do any filming at the house, and we'll go over what I'm picking up. So see you guys in a bit. So just on the deal, obviously didn't film in the house, super sound guy. So picked up those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games there for a tenner. So we'll go back home and go over the values. But yeah, pretty decent stuff, to be fair. So back from a pretty decent Facebook Marketplace pickup, picked up all of these games for just £10. They wanted £1 for each of the Xbox 360 games and £2 for the Xbox One game. I will be adding Left 4 Dead 2 to the collection because I have got the first one. Absolute classic. Love me some Left 4 Dead 2 and Left 4 Dead 1. And I think in total there's about £50 worth of vouchers there. So for £10, not a bad Facebook Marketplace pickup. Got to do a massive shout out to RetroGoto for that. So I am part of the Ghetto Gang on the Discord, and this morning he put the Facebook Marketplace listing on the Discord and said anyone in the local area to me, have a look at these, and I jumped right on it. So a big shout out to him. And they did have a couple of other 360 games. I'll put the picture up so you can see the listing. I did miss out on a couple, they already went, and they had 2 Spider-Man games. They had the Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man Edge of Time, both for the 360, but I think those were being sold for £45 as a bundle, and someone else had already picked them up or was going to pick them up tomorrow. So not a bad price if you want to add them to your collection, but yeah, not too bad. Not too bad indeed, and a pretty decent way to end this video. And speaking of which, man, what an absolute roller coaster this video. You've seen the good, the bad and the ugly when it comes to game collecting and game hunting. So the bad, obviously, Hogs Lane carboot was an absolute bust. The good, Wassel Grove carboot was excellent in terms of those Blu-ray pickups, and we got £185 on a sweet voucher, so that is definitely good. Then the great, this morning's pickups at Coles Car Boot were amazing. Easily our biggest haul of video games on this season's Car Boot videos, and obviously adding The Nightmare Before Christmas to the PlayStation 2 collection for just £1, absolute bargain. Then the ugly with the PlayStation 3 Super Slim not working, got a knackered HDMI port. So those are the games when you go out there on the hunt for video games as a game collector. So overall, a very good weekend of game hunting. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video. Let me know what you thought of the pickups from Facebook Marketplace, the car boots. Let me know if you've ever played Nightmare Before Christmas. Can't wait to play that closer to Halloween. And let me know if there's anything I can do to try and fix the PlayStation 3 Super Slim HDMI port. Don't want to spend too much money or any money really. I'm already £40 down, so let me know if there's anything I can do to reset it or just, you know, test it differently than what I just did. And while you're down there in the comments, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button and do consider subscribing to the Collector's Quest channel. Obviously got tons and tons of things to trade into CEX for those sweet vouchers, so we'll do that on next week's video, and Friday's video is going to be a pretty cool one. I feel like we're in a right good mojo at the minute with the carboot hunting videos and the video game collecting discussion videos, so Friday will be a good old discussion about something that I wanted to do for a pretty decent amount of time, so can't wait to film that and bring it to you guys. And as always, good luck on your game hunter collecting adventures. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll catch you in the next one.